everyone, today I'll be reviewing this movie. It is kind of actually anticipated. It's called You People and it is starring Jonah Hill, Eddie Murphy, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and this movie it is from Kenya Barris, who has made this huge hit show called Blackish. So I'm actually a huge fan of that show. I used to love that show. That show's overall writing was really good, especially first 5 seasons, absolutely amazing. But this movie, it is actually the screenplay from Jonah Hill and Kenya Barris. So that is very interesting. So I guess they're both of them, they wrote this movie. And when I saw the trailer, I think all the cringy and the kind of like a weird scene, they were on the trailer. So I saw the trailer, I was like, that doesn't look so that, like, I thought it's going to be one of those, stereotypical movie. That is what I was thinking. Well, this movie, it is kind of that. But this movie does have, how many times she has won Emmy? Julia Louis-Dreyfus. She's absolutely amazing in this movie. So is Eddie Murphy, and I think Jonah Hill, he was okay in this movie. And also Mia Long, she's also in this movie. I think this movie, if it was starring someone else, I think I wouldn't have liked this movie this much. I thought this movie is, some of the joke, I felt like they are actually, when I say it, I really mean it's a really stereotypical joke here about both of these people. And some of the joke, especially some of the joke, they really feel forced when you are watching. You are like, especially this scene, you saw it on the trailer. When I was watching in the movie, like when Jonah Hill, for the first time he meets Eddie Murphy, I saw in the trailer, it felt really forced. When I was watching this movie, it was really forced. Well, some of the joke is like that, but still this movie, somehow it was actually quite enjoyable. Whole movie is actually talking about, Jonah Hill's family is a Jewish, and Eddie Murphy, his family is a Muslim, black, and they both come from very different background, and they try to blend in with each other. And I thought some of the conversation is actually quite good and quite realistic, especially one scene how Julia Louis-Dreyfus, she was trying to talk back and forth with Lauren London. I thought that scene was really accurate, because whenever you are sitting with someone different color, you try to say all this weird thing. It's really real. Some of these people are saying online it's not real. No, it is real. Whenever you go, these people, because they try to blend in with you, they will say all these things. Like if they have seen somewhere, like all these people they know, they will like bring reference to you. This, since I was like, as someone who is brown, I was like, this is really relatable. I was watching it. It's really funny. My favorite, I will say, in this movie is Julia Louis-Dreyfus, because she was actually really good. She made this movie work. But I also like, what is her name? Lauren London. She was also really good. Like, she was this sweet. Jonah Hill, sometimes he was in this movie, I feel like he was trying too hard, and that is why sometimes I didn't like him that much. Although he's really funny in other movies, but in this movie, felt something is off about him. But I think if it was starring some other comedian, it could have been more funny, I think, or might be wrong. How is Eddie Murphy? I think Eddie Murphy's joke is also sometimes, unfortunately, who is so funny, Eddie Murphy, also didn't work here. I think the material he was given, it didn't like suit with him. Or maybe he tried to tone down Eddie Murphy comedy. That is what he did here. Who knows? That means I think this movie could be hit on Netflix actually, because there is such a huge demographic people out there who are in this kind of relationship. My friend is like that, so I could see this movie could be really hit on Netflix. I really liked, while acknowledging this movie does have some of the scene, it is some of the joke are really forced and cringy, and you're like, whoa. But overall, still, it is very enjoyable movie, and I think it's worth checking if you like the trailer. And that was my thought on this. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this movie? And enjoyed about this review. Don't forget my other reviews on other Netflix movie. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.